One of my favourite things from my childhood is a music box, a gift from my parents. Inside, a beautiful ballerina, spinning, keeping all my precious treasures from my childhood safe and sound. Position 1. Position 2, position 3, position 4, position 5, I'm not sure. I can't quite remember. I can't quite remember. I can't quite remember. People can't doesn't remember. When I was a little girl, very, very small girl, I used to play in the garden quite a bit with all my toys. But I think the favourite thing I had to play with was a blackboard and chalk. And as I grew up, I played with the crayons and drew more. I had colouring pens, colouring books. I always loved drawing. And then one Christmas, I was given a spiral, and that was fun. So I still have the spiral, including the little book. And I'll just read you a little bit from the book, Getting Started. This little book shows how you can easily draw the thousands of different patterns that are possible with your spiral. 3 chapters. Getting started. You are on your own and the final section. It will help you with very simple designs on the first page.
Photo of my dad. There's so many memories, so many stories I could tell. Each photo sometimes makes me think of something else, but for some reason this story came to mind. When I was little, my dad used to take me shopping into town, into Birmingham, where I grew up. And we walked a lot, and I talked a lot. In fact, I talked and talked and talked so much. I chatted away endlessly, not looking where I was going, and even though he was holding my hand, I'd always bump into something. Always. Well, it felt like that. I think it happened time and time again for a period of a few years until I finally got my act together. So week after week, without fail, this would happen. If not once, even maybe twice on a trip, or 3 times. But my poor dad had to cope with this daughter of his that had a habit of bumping into things. And sometimes it was really painful. And so in order to nurture the wound, or the potential wound that was happening, the bump that was growing on my head, my dad used to take me to another piece of cold metal, or maybe even the same lamppost or same railing, but he'd press my head against the cold silk to stop the bump from rising like he would on a cartoon character's head. And so time and time again this happened. And then sometimes, to make me feel better, he'd take me for a banana milkshake.
My favourite memory is going on holiday to Disneyland because of the rides and attractions. My favourite show in Disneyland is Remember Dream Come True, because because it takes you round the park with fantastic fireworks. And my favourite ride in the whole of Disneyland is the Haunted Mansion.
Well, happy place. Well, Disneyland is your land. Here we live fond memories of the past. And here you consider the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have freed America, with the hope that will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
Der Wind, das himmlische Kind.
I was in Great Ormond Street Hospital in London in the June of 1953, and my nurse was Princess Alexandra, who was doing her training there. The BBC decided to try the very first colour transmission from Alexandra Palace to the day room of our ward. The transmission was of the coronation. The nurses gathered the six of us up, and we went into the day room. There were tall men there and machines and wires everywhere. We sat on the carpet, and the nurses hung around at the door. The television was turned on. It was a huge oak box with a small square screen. And then we saw the Queen in a beautiful dress and a cloak. The maids of honour were there and the clergyman, and they put the crown on her head. And we had a queen, and we had a queen, and we had a queen, and we had a queen.